Hey, what's up, y'all? Look, I gotta start with something that might step on some toes. It might not make you feel too good right now, but I want to tell you that the calendar is one of the most successful lies we've ever agreed to. See, we treat dates like they're holidays. Excuse me. We treat dates like they have power. You know, holidays, January 1st, Monday morning, the start of a new quarter, the beginning of a new season. We talk about these moments like they actually do something, but they don't. See, a date has never made anyone more disciplined. It never made anyone more consistent. A year has never given you more courage. See, the calendar, all it does is mark time. That's its place. Yet people hand it authority like it's their leader. So when you say something like, I'll start in January, what you're really saying is, I'm not going to take responsibility today for what's going on. Now, that does not make you lazy. It makes you human, because delaying responsibility feels a lot safer than carrying. And let me slow this down a bit more, because I need you to recognize the pattern that you've probably lived through more times than you can count. See, most people don't fail because they don't start. They fail because they start and stop in cycles. See, January hits, your dopamine's up, energy spikes, you feel focused, you're motivated. Then February comes and life shows up. Pressure hits, distractions all around. So you get fatigued, and suddenly that thing you were committed to, it feels optional. See, this cycle is not random. It's not magical. It's not even an attack. It's just neurological, because your brain responds to novelty, right? Not consistency. The new, it feels exciting because it's new. But see, then that novelty wears off. It's like that gift that you give your child, and all of a sudden, 2 weeks later, they're just playing with the box. They felt great to see it, but then the box is more exciting. Or they go back to their old toy because they like it. The novelty is worn off. They want something new all the time. See, when novelty fades, discipline has to take over, or at least a new environment. Something has to change. But most people never train discipline. They train excitement. And excitement is so unreliable, you would not believe it. But here's why waiting doesn't feel like failure. Why you feel good when you do it. Because waiting feels responsible. It feels like the mature thing to do. It feels thoughtful. It feels like I'm being strategic instead of impulsive. But only because of how your brain is wired. Your brain is not designed to optimize for growth. It's designed to optimize for survival. And see, survival favors familiarity, predictability, comfort, low risk. All of those things feel good. They feel safe. So when you say, I'll wait until, your nervous system relaxes, because there's no exposure, there's no judgment, there's no chance of failure today. See, that relief is chemical, not even just a feeling. It's chemical. Your body actually releases dopamine and serotonin when you reduce perceived risk. Your body says, good choice, we're safe. But safety is not the same as progress. And this is where people get stuck year after year after year, having to start over. See, but let me talk a little bit deeper about that dopamine, because most people think it's for reward, but it's not, because this is where people misunderstand themselves. It's not the chemical of achievement. Dopamine is a chemical of anticipation, the moment before the climax. It spikes when your brain thinks something good is coming. Dopamine fires when you imagine success, plan success, you talk about success. See, even when you prepare for success, like I said, it's that moment of anticipation. But dopamine does not fire when you're doing the hard thing. This is why. Planning sessions feel productive. Vision boards, they feel inspiring. They are inspiring. Goal setting workshops feel powerful. You walk out with, yes, I can conquer the world. You go to a conference, get great information. Your brain is literally rewarding you for thinking about change. So you walk away feeling better, but nothing's actually changed. And over time, your brain starts to prefer planning over acting. Why? Because planning gives you the reward without the risk. You don't get rejected for planning. You don't feel embarrassment for planning. You don't have to get feedback saying something might be wrong. There's no accountability. When you plan, you just get relief. But see, that's how people get cheated out of momentum. They get cheated out of success. See, there's another layer people don't like to talk about with this. Your brain doesn't just protect your body, it protects your identity, who you say you are. See, research in behavioral psychology shows that people will subconsciously avoid actions that threaten how they see themselves. I'm going to say that again. Behavioral psychology says that people will consistently avoid actions that threaten how they see themselves. That means if you see yourself as capable but misunderstood, talented but not positioned, called but not supported, action becomes dangerous because action creates evidence, and evidence forces honesty. A planning session, it lets you stay in potential. See, potential feels safe. See, I can do that because nothing's been proven. That's why so many people are addicted to preparation. They buy planners and get these different devices, because it protects the story that they tell themselves. So they over plan, they overthink, they overvalue planning. But here's something subtle but important. Planning doesn't just become a habit, it becomes an identity for a person. See, people start seeing themselves as strategic, thoughtful, methodical, non-impulsive. All of these badges of honor that they wear that protect them from doing work. Because if you're a planner, you're still potentially successful. You haven't failed yet. You're just not ready. I can do it. I'm just not ready yet. The time's not right. See, movement threatens that identity because movement produces outcomes. It forces you to face honesty. See, this is why some people stay in preparation for years, not because they don't want results, because results will force them to confront reality and shortcomings. See, Myron Golden talks about this, and I think every entrepreneur should hear it. He teaches that people don't get what they want, they get with what they are aligned with. That means your identity is inconsistent. Your results will be inconsistent. You can't plan your way out of an identity problem. I'm gonna say that again. That means if your identity is inconsistent, your results will be inconsistent because you cannot plan your way out of an identity problem. You can't vision board your way out of it. Identity changes when behavior changes, when you change. And behavior only changes when decisions change. That's why staying busy doesn't fix anything. You can be busy and still be misaligned. Movement simply exposes alignment. Busyness hides it. Now let's talk about power. When you delay, power doesn't disappear, it transfers. See, systems that you hate they benefit when you stay predictable. Employers that you want to leave benefit when you don't outgrow your role. See, markets benefit where leaders hesitate. So when you're complaining about the market and all of that, like you don't get what you want because you haven't moved, right? See, waiting is not neutral. It's an act of submission, pure submission, submission to time, submission to comfort, submission to the status quo. And the calendar will gladly take that power because time does not argue with you. Nah, it just passes. I'm gonna keep on going. And I want you to think about this practically. Think about the last time you delayed a decision that you knew you needed to make. Not a dramatic one. No, because you'll make those. It's a simple one. Did delaying the decision make the decision easier or heavier? Most people will tell you that it got heavier. That's because indecision compounds pressure. See, decisions don't age like wine, they age like debt. Interest builds, stress builds, mental loads, they build. Waiting does not freeze the problem, it actually feeds it more than anything. Now, most people say they struggle with time management. They don't. They struggle with self-management. See, real builders don't wait to feel like it. They don't wait for clarity. They don't wait for permission. They schedule action the same way an employee schedules work because discipline is not emotional, it's structural. Now, when you had a job to you entrepreneurs, you didn't negotiate with your calendar at a job. You showed up. But somehow now you negotiate with yourself endlessly. That's not the freedom you were talking about. That's avoidance. See, this is what people misunderstand freedom. They think freedom means I do things when I feel like it. but most free people I know are the most disciplined. When I look at my mentors, like Lamar Tyler, like Andy Henriquez, they're the most disciplined people I ever met in my life. They don't ask themselves whether they're motivated. They ask themselves whether something is required. Emotion-based living feels free in the moment, but it creates chaos long term. Structure feels restrictive at first, but it creates freedom over time. Now, if you don't structure your life intentionally, it will structure it for you. If and you may not like the schedule that it gives you. See, my coach Lamar said something to me that stuck with me heavy. A lot of people want ownership, but still think like consumers. See, again, a lot of people want ownership, but they still think like consumers. See, consumers wait, owners decide. Consumers look for comfort, owners accept responsibility. Ownership is uncomfortable by design. If it were comfortable, everybody would do it. The moment you decide to own something, step out on your own, your time, your future, your income, you also accept the discomfort as a part of the deal. See, waiting until it feels good is not owner behavior. I'm gonna keep going. See, another lie people believe is that clarity comes before action. It does not. Never, ever, ever. You might think you're clear, but you're not. Clarity comes from action. See, because action creates feedback, feedback creates learning, and learning is what creates clarity. Now, if you wait to feel certain, you'll wait forever. Uncertainty is the cost of movement, and movement is the price of clarity. See, I want to ground this in reality and where we are right now. See, the economic uncertainty, it's real. We got another government shutdown looming right now. See, businesses are tightening, opportunities, they're narrowing. Now, and this is not fear-based. I'm not trying to twist the knife or, play up the fear. This is awareness. Because the uncertainty that we have is not creating the problem. It exposes the problems that you have. And in seasons like this, waiting becomes more expensive than acting. Moments like this don't just test systems, they test people. Uncertainty acts like a filter. It separates the planners from the executors. In stable times, waiting, it feels harmless, right? But in unstable times, waiting is extremely expensive. And this is when leadership actually shows up. Not loud leadership. I'm talking about quiet leadership. The kind where someone decides, I am not waiting for permission to move. And I especially want to say this to my fellow Black entrepreneurs out there. I'm talking to my people. Historically, we haven't had the luxury of waiting. Opportunity has never been evenly distributed. Stability has never been guaranteed for us, which means hesitation costs us more than it costs others. The builders who changed their family trees, they didn't wait for perfect conditions. They moved with incomplete information and learned on the way. That's not hustle culture. I'm simply talking history, people. So this is why I'm not resting right now. I don't know what time you're watching it, but it's after midnight for me. Yes, even on December 25th. Why? Not because rest is wrong or that it's not needed, but there's some moments that require presence. Some of you watching this right now, you're my assignment. You're my call. Even if you just jumped on this video. But see, some of you, that's just some of you, not everybody. Now, if you're ready to stop giving authority to time, I'm available. I'm making myself available intentionally because this is my work. This is my calling. This is what I'm supposed to do. And when you zoom out, this is not controversial. Every serious thinker in business says the same thing in a different language. Action creates clarity. Delay creates doubt. Identity shapes behavior. Behavior shapes results. Momentum rewards movement. The calendar does not. So if this message feels a little heavy, it's not because it's new, it's because it's familiar and you've been avoiding it. Now, at this point, there are only two types of people that are still watching it. One, This made sense to you and you felt it, but you're going to go back to planning. But two, that second person, this hits you because you know you've been delaying something you already understand. You've fallen down in the pit of it over and over and over again. Now, this part right now, this is for the second group. I didn't put this together to motivate. I put it together to support action. I got something for you. Because information doesn't change lives, movement does. And movement is easier when you're not doing it alone. So here is what Carl Ray III, your favorite business solutions architect, has opened up for you, who's still here right now. I've opened up a small number of private working spots with me. This is not a course. It's not content. This is direct work. This is me and you, one-on-one. 4 private sessions over the course of a week. Forced and focused on execution, clarity, and follow-through. Notice the execution came before the clarity. See, this is for people who don't need more ideas. They need structure. They need accountability and someone to walk with them while they move. I'm doing this now because of the season that we're in. The economic pressure is real. You probably just got a bunch of debt. See, waiting is expensive. And too many capable people, too many experts, too many people who know what they're doing are letting the calendar make decisions for them. You're looking at January 1st as if it's a magical date, that something's going to change and all of a sudden you're going to be able to move. No, stop letting the calendar be your boss. This is me stepping in saying, I'm willing to help you. You don't have to figure this out by yourself. See, normally, this level of work with me to work for a week, me looking at your business, talking to you about what you want to do, helping to do all the things that you want, would be a $997 engagement, period. And there are people who have paid it. Trust me. There are people who paid $997 to be with me for 2 days. There are people who paid 5 figures to be with me for 6 hours. But right now, because of the time we're in, and I know that you just might be my calling, I've made it available for just $99. That's it. Not because the value has changed, but because access for you matters to me more than optics in moments like this. This is scary times. Like, people are losing sleep. They're losing jobs. There's so many things going on. Now, I want to be clear. What I'm doing right now, it's not for everybody. If you're still in planning mode, if you still want to play it safe, working with me will frustrate you. Trust me, it will. But if you're ready to move, get things done, it'll support you. And I'm here for you. And if you don't take it, that's okay. Just don't lie to yourself about why. You don't need another year. You don't need another week. You need to make a decision. This is for you. The next step, it's simple. DM me. That's it. Jump in the DMs, comment below, whatever you want to do. Just raise your hand and say, "Carl, you're talking to me. I need you." And we'll start the work. I'm available. I'm present, and I'm ready to work. I'm ready to help you.